Mongoose Jake here again with, this time, as you can see by the title screen, my final game to 3 mark the King Tiger, also known as the Tiger II. Now, I wanted to share this because, for one, the Tiger II in World of Tanks is vastly underrated. A lot of people look at it as about the worst of the Tier 8 heavies, while in fact I feel about almost the complete opposite of it. My preferences come into play here in particular. Most people, when they look at a heavy, they want sheer amount of armor and a super high damaging gun. Myself, I feel like the Tiger II has enough armor to be workable, but the best thing about it is the weapon, not for the damage per shot, but the overall accuracy, handling, and penetration. I mean, it has 225 millimeters of penetration with its regular ammunition, but it's that premium ammo. I mean, you see that I checked over to it to start with, and I had sped up the driving section there to get us to the action a little sooner. But I have started off with my premium ammo selected because I see a platoon of defenders, and I really don't care what anybody thinks. If you're driving a defender, you're going to get premium from me, because people bought that tank specifically because of the fact that they heard that it was overpowered and that its armor was near invincible. I mean, that was exactly as it was passed around and talked about when it first came out. Was that, hey, here's a tier 8 that's hard to kill, like extremely hard to kill. And it's hard to kill because it has basically no true frontal weak spot. Its lower plate, it takes basically about 230 or more millimeters of penetration to penetrate the lower plate. I mean, technically it's a little under 230, maybe 225, if you are aiming perfectly perpendicular to it, meaning dead on level ground, and the enemy's not moving, not angling, not wiggling. So round it up a little bit. It takes at least about 230, 235 to get through the front of the lower plate, which that's actually higher effective armor than most other tier 8's best spots. And the upper plates of the defender, you're not going through. Now, at close range, it has extremely small hatches on the top of the turret, and you can go through those with regular ammo, but you need to be really, really close. As you can see, I switched back to regular ammo once I seen I wasn't facing the defenders, so I'm not just going to spam premium. But no, the Tiger II's gun handling is so good that you can easily land shots on weak spots when there are genuine weak spots to be had. And as you see, I'm firing on the move, and I use my turret. The only damage I took was through the side of my tank when I poked the ridge there. And I poked the ridge. My wife's platoon with me in her T-34. I poked the ridge to try to spot because I actually run optics. I run a gun rammer, vents, and optics on my Tiger II to boost up the DPM, and the vents help with the gun handling as well. But I use optics to play a spotting role. Finally, I see a couple of the defenders here, one right around the corner and one a long ways away. And as you see, I went back to premium for them, specifically, because their armor is so trollish that there is no way I'm going to risk it. And I keep making a simple mistake here. I'm not too worried about the overall game, but this IKV, the tier 6, he knows what he's doing. He waits for me to turn my turret away from him, and he shoots my turret every time. Like there, that's 3 times in a row. And I finally say, forget it, I'm going to back off. He is obviously now the biggest threat, and I'm going to pay more attention to him. See, he's still shooting at me. But back to the Tiger II. I don't see it as the worst of the tier 8 heavies, which most people say either the Tiger II or the T-32. Now, the Tiger II, the gun handling, as you can see, the bloom is so small there. I'm able to hit the hatch, and yes, I was still firing premium, because 3-mark game, I was at like 94% here at the start of this game. I'm just trying to get every last little bit of damage in before my team captures. Because when you're that close, you just say, forget it, I'm going to shoot whatever I have. But the Tiger II is decently mobile, has workable amount of armor, and a fantastic gun. And as you see there, that was my third mark. I did get high caliber in that game, so it was not a bad game. I've had better along the way to the third mark, but this I wanted to share just simply because that way I can kind of keep it preserved, because this is one of my favorite tanks along with the Panther. But Tiger II, it just doesn't get the praise that it should. It has the best handling gun of all tier 8 heavies and enough armor to make it work. But I want to thank you for watching. It's Mongoose Jake.